Three, two, one. Okay. We're recording. Recording.
What's up?
Now. All right, let's begin. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode, Mystery Talks. Joined by my co-hosts, Guy 1 and Guy 2.
Hi guys. What's up?
That's right. That's right. We have some nice topics to go over tonight. Some of them including gun control, sex changes, bathroom gender transitioning, Hitler, and that's it. No, I'm joking. There's more topics. We have some cool things to talk about, but Hitler is one of them. Probably the most interesting. Not that I like him. I'm just saying he's an interesting fellow. Because he did a lot of bad things. To read it to make sure to the audience.
Yeah, say the least.
Yeah, I'm just saying he was quite the personage. So that's.
Yeah, I mean he's not like just not the worst man on the planet. That's the most hated ever. But yeah.
Exactly.
But also, right now he has a FIFA card. Can we pull that up? There's a FIFA card. He has 99 shooting. It's very impressive.
99 shooting. What's his KD? Oh wait, no, you don't see KD in FIFA cards. That's more like.
I mean, that's a very interesting question.
Bro said KD. Bro said KD.
Once.
Oh my
so
God.
what is it, like 6 million to 1 or something?
Oh my
wait.
God. Is it, dude?
Oh my God.
It's the highest KD.
That is a high KD. But yeah, we have some interesting topics there. Dillion Danis, popping off. Logan Paul, a little beef going on there. Oh yeah, that's a wow. That's a nice. Who made that?
I don't know.
Oh my God, this guy has 100 shooting. Not even 99, 100.
0 pace, 0 dribbling, 99 gas.
Oh my God, I would say probably 100 gas.
Oh my God.
Gas.
Okay.
Well,
okay. Anyways,
we don't know what FIFA has become, but yeah, that's another story.
All right, so why don't we start off with probably maybe the second most controversial topic of this podcast tonight, which is all gender bathrooms. Why don't we talk about that? Let's say Guy 1, Guy 2, what do you guys have to think about that?
I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say? Okay, I'm just gonna kick you off the podcast, and it'll just be Guy 1 and Utah Express.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill in for Guy 2.
Okay.
The whole idea is to make people feel safe, but the fact that they have all gender bathrooms makes me feel even more unsafe and uncomfortable. So I think we should stick to 2 washrooms, okay? Male and female, and that way the majority of the population feels safe, okay? That if the minority don't feel safe, that sucks. They're the minority.
The way it's always been.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think they get the authority to say what they want. If they want to, scrap and have a duel and see who's, the victorious, I'd love to try. But I definitely don't agree with having all gender bathrooms. I think it's a horse.
Have you guys went to like an all gender bathroom?
So actually,
I avoid it.
This I remember in the earliest when I was in college. Okay, this was 2016. This is a long time ago now. I'm talking about. And I remember this was just starting to pop off. This was like the new wave. This was like trendy. This was the This was the new thing, and I was very confused, and I was
new gender. Wow.
Yeah, and I was very confused at the time. But basically, I went to college. Okay. It was in English, and I just remember that there was 2 bathrooms, right? One of them, obviously, there was the women's bathroom, and I realized there was no men's bathroom. There was only it was like I remember now. It was called a non-binary bathroom. So the women's bathroom had their own.
That's a better way.
And then we had, I guess, for the men, we had to share with everyone. So it was the men's bathroom and non-binary was like all in one. And I was very confused. I don't even think I knew what non-binary meant, but I still don't know what it means now.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither.
So yeah, 2016. We're 2023 now. How the world has
Wow.
changed. But that's how long ago I remember this thing was starting. And now it's, I know in some parts of the US, it's like put into legislation, like it's by law or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We can pull
Yeah.
the facts up later, but yeah,
What the fuck?
there's people that I guess feel that they're not either woman nor man, and they're going into these bathrooms. And there's been cases also of men, or I guess let's say, I don't want to misgender anyone. Let's just say non-binary or
No,
transgender.
let's misgender them. Let's misgender them. Fuck.
So these people have gone into a women's bathroom saying, you know, they feel like a woman, or they don't feel like a man,
Yeah.
and they've put women, real women, women that have been born women, uncomfortable, and they've showed their pee-pee to them in these bathrooms, and sometimes even as far as uh R-word them or grape them.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and this is real. I'm not
I
joking.
don't
This is
think
real.
that's what a bathroom does.
Yeah, no,
This
it's
is so
not. You're not
this is so
supposed to do it.
shocking. Can we do like a thumbnail face? No one talks, just a thumbnail face. Okay, that's good.
All right,
So-
perfect.
All right,
Continue,
all right,
continue.
nice.
So yeah, you were talking about the horrific consequences of having these all gender bathrooms. You know, people take over and take advantage of these all gender bathrooms. They're not really doing it because they feel comfortable. You know, it's fucked up. Very
Facts,
fucked up.
facts.
But I did want to ask, you know, the fact that in America they have all this garbage, you know, the question that people always say, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts, is, you know, should places be required by law to have these bathrooms that, you know, all gender, so regardless of your gender, you can go and there's no judgment. What do you guys think about this, you know, sort of argument that these people are posing? I'm very curious.
It's like it's a loophole. It's definitely a loophole, and it's confusing. And I don't think they even know what they're talking about when coming up with these, I guess, solutions to their problems. Because first they say, okay, well, when it comes to genders, there's only, well, they say there's not only two genders, there's more than two genders. Some
A
say
hundred
there's,
genders.
yeah, some say there's like 100, some say there's 50, 1,000. There's new genders coming up every day. Whenever there's like a new patch update in the alphabet community, there's new genders coming out. So
Yeah.
I don't know what update it's on right now, but we know there's a lot. We know there's a
Yeah.
lot. And like I said, it's confusing because we're supposed to, you know, the fellows like us, where we've always been used to these traditional conservative ways of life, we have to now, almost by law, in some places, confine to these norms, accept them, go by their rules, their law, which is, we're talking about a small minority, a small portion of the population, which a big portion of the population accepts it and they embrace it, and then the rest just has to go along with it. The people that don't like it, or that don't want to go along with it, or that's invading their freedom of rights. Because why is it invading their freedom of rights? Well, because when it's put into legislation, where when they're telling you, when the government tells you, okay, you have to accept these people the way they are, you have to go into their imaginary world and accept them as who they are, and you also have to call them by what they tell you to call them. So their pronouns, they have like weird pronouns. Some of them are, they have, there's one category, I think it's called like neo pronouns, and it's like z them theirs or some shit like that. It's really weird. It's odd. I don't like it. I don't understand it, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are in the same boat.
I mean, I am too. Like that Zimzer. No one has no idea what that is. Why are they saying it? I don't know. But the fact that they're enforcing it on us, I think that's the big issue, is that we have to accept that this is normal, like
Correct.
this shit should not be normal. And in many
No.
other places around the world, you'll get shot for doing this shit. And here, of course, it's accepted and promoted. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's hard to follow these people because
And-
where does it end?
Let's just add on, like, sure, in other places, so there's two extremes. Like you said, in other places they get shot for this, which I would say is also not okay. But how
Guy
do
two,
how
you
do we
think it's
fix
okay?
this? Yeah, guy two, how do we fix this? Do you have a solution?
Genocide. I think
Wow.
we've had enough of these people, and what the first world countries have is they have time for small problems like this type of shit. They have time to make up problems, right? So basically, in like a third world country, they don't have time to realize, oh, I might not be straight, right? They make up these types of shits. Oh, I might not
Yeah.
be a fucking woman, right? It's only
Yes.
it's only America and Canada and other countries like this. So I think,
You think genocide is the answer, huh?
well, no, I was kidding, but it's just to a point to where we are overpopulated with a lot of dumb people, and maybe doing something like Thanos did would be not too crazy of an idea. You know what I'm saying?
So Thanos was right.
Hey,
I
get
think
some
so.
inspiration from him.
Thanos
As
wasn't the
much
bad
as-
guy.
No, as much as I hate that he killed Spider-Man, it's
It's not the best, yeah. But
yeah.
you asked Ty, like, how the hell do you even solve this, right? In my mind, it's pretty logical. You know what I think? I
What?
think you have a male, you have a female, and then the one where it's family oriented or like disabled, which I personally think that's where the people who are transgender go, in those rooms where it's away from everyone else. to
I mean,
prevent-
hey,
Transgen-
and
but
not,
transgender is different. Transgender is different. Sorry, Ty.
I was just gonna say, I mean, not to offend anyone, but it's literally a mental illness. I
Okay,
mean,
okay, but no,
that's a
I don't
fact.
believe being transgender is a mental illness, though.
Well,
I
no,
do believe
it
that-
literally is, because when you're transgender, you are literally
There's a disconnect.
it's you have what's called gender dysphoria, and that's a mental illness.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I don't think that is though. Like I'm willing to say everything else it makes sense, but transgender is just sometimes the way you're born and the way you're programmed is completely different. You might be born a male, but mentally and everything else you're a female. And
Well,
for
that's
that person it makes sense. To
it's
transition.
nothing new. Yeah, it's nothing new to have
But-
a man that has like feminine characteristics. That's throughout history. That's been normal always, and that's not wrong. But when you're changing your identity and gender, that's a whole different thing. First, they
Yes.
say, to be, when we're talking about different issues, for example, like,
But that still makes more sense than someone being just like, oh, I identify as a non-binary. You know, that to me is more logical, because it's just someone who's just lost and they finally found themselves. And as long as they don't push that upon me or my family, I don't give a
They're
single
going to.
fuck.
they're going to.
That's where
That's the problem.
that's where they
And
cross the line.
that's the thing, like, people that are like, okay, let's just accept it, let things be, because they're not hurting me personally until it's arrived at their backyard front door and it's hurting you personally.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter whether you want to accept it, because it's not hurting you personally. It's, in the grand scheme of things, it is going to.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have, tolerance towards it in the beginning, right? What's gonna stop you from when it gets even worse, right? And the thing is, like, a lot of people who are older, like us and older people who don't agree with these ideologies that, the West is promoting, and the whole idea with, like, the whole transgender activism, is that they're going for your kids. So even if we say, oh, fuck this, and we reject it and want to do what's right in our eyes, they're gonna try to influence the kids, which is bad because that's the future generation. and we do need to have, you know, a stick up towards pushing this away. And that's why a lot of people who have these values, they don't even want their kids to go to school in a public system. They just want to be homeschooled at this point because they can't find education or people to actually look up to that have the right values because they tolerate all this stupid garbage, right?
Also, some
Yeah.
might say kids nowadays are smarter than ever, because of internet.
Are they smarter than ever or dumber than ever?
No, they're way smarter. They're
I
way
think in
smarter.
terms of technology, they have more capability, so they can learn easier. I do think so. But then as well, there's
Because
so much, it's harder for them to
Too much
actually like, have
information.
attention. That's the thing,
Exactly.
there has to
exactly,
be a fine line.
because I know 12-year-olds and like 10-year-olds. Not that I know of, they just from family and shit. That are very
Yeah.
far.
They're not your boys.
Just to confirm, they're very
Thank
smart.
you, guy, too.
Like I could make a joke about like something that's kind of sophisticated, and they would somehow understand a part of it, which I could not when I was at their position, you
Right.
know.
Right.
Which is like, but doesn't mean that they should still be promoting this type of stuff onto kids. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you mean. Like there's a thing where we can use the internet for a good way, right? And learn these things. And that's what's actually happening. We can actually go off topic a little bit and look at TikTok when it comes to kids in, you know, America versus China. In
Mhm.
China, guys, it's always, and you can pull this up, videos of math and engineering and actually cool things to actually develop the world that they can use as, you know, inspiration and
Is
education. But then in America, it's the exact opposite. It's all this stupid TikTok dances, music, and all this sort of degenerate, pointless, you know, content. And that's where the difference in governments come in, where they realize, you know, technology can be used
they're
for
trying to
education, make people
desensitize the
smarter.
West,
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
fill us with instant gratification, demoralize us, you know,
agreed.
make our minds so numb with all the information that we consume, all the products that we consume, all the things we buy, all the uh, everything in our daily lives, even when it comes to just things that we do outside of the house and we're going. So one of the examples actually of demoralizing or desensitizing a society or a people is also with architecture, believe it or not. Like when you have societies that are built very beautiful, people are gonna be happier. That's a fact. When you have societies when it's just a bunch of like, you know, skyscrapers, lights everywhere, it's like all looks the same. There's no beautiful architecture around. That's also a way to just make the human feel like he's in a closed world. It's a robotics. It makes a robotic
The jail.
society. Yeah, it feels like a jail.
Yeah, very monotone, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
no variance in terms of the design, and it was amazing back before, you know, before the skyscrapers. Like all these
Mm-hmm.
countries were known for their designs, and for it to be changed like this and so robotic, it ruins the whole idea of art and creation, right?
Correct.
Because in terms of business, it is much better like this. Like it's
Yeah,
let's say a 10
exactly.
by 10 square foot or whatever like position can take can be taken by like let's say 1,000 people, which before it was like by like maybe 5 or 10, right?
Exactly.
Because they're like level. So like in terms of money wise, it's way better. But when it comes to mentally, fuck no. They don't
Mm-hmm.
give a single fuck.
Yeah, it's depressing and it's sad, and that's why so many people are depressed nowadays. Everyone's sad, everyone's depressed, there's so many like high suicide rates.
All over the
So,
world, but they're all adapting this modern thing in places
yeah.
where, you know, they have this. This is sort of one of the contributions, and you know, like as I was saying, these businesses do not care about all this design. They care about money, you know, and
You fucking
this
bitch.
just doesn't end.
Please blur that, editor.
What just
Oh my
happened?
God, what happened?
Nothing. Keep going. Keep going.
So anyways, but you know guys, this is all depressing. I say, you know, something that's not too depressing. Let's not bore our audience either with shit that's depressing.
Facts.
Something that's not depressing, the Shrek phenomenon. I think that's
Oh,
something
no,
that
no,
will switch
no, no,
switch
no.
switch the
This
gears
was-
a little bit.
Wait, this was a joke, bro. This was a fucking joke. I just wrote Shrek.
I
and then-
love Shrek. But let's talk about Shrek.
No, let's not.
Hypothetically, yeah.
No, let's not talk about Shrek. Can we skip
Why
this?
not?
It was-
Shrek is
that
so
was-
cool.
Dude,
Bro,
Shrek is
yeah,
love, Shrek is life.
Yeah, but Shrek phenomenon
facts.
is something else.
What is that?
I don't even know.
What is the Shrek phenomenon?
Is
I
Shrek
don't know.
real?
Let's just move on.
You know
Can we
what?
not talk-
I think Shrek in the next couple, maybe even in 100 years, Shrek will be real. I'll tell you why. By then, we're gonna be in space. We're gonna
I
need
don't
to
wanna
have
hear this.
characters.
I don't want to hear
and
this, bro.
We're gonna have artificially printed characters, and we're gonna have Shrek. Who doesn't like Shrek, bro?
I mean, I
Shrek's
think
our
they're
guy.
I think they're working on a new movie. Have you guys seen the latest Puss in Boots movie?
No, I didn't see it.
I've
Okay,
not.
well,
I saw the
there's
trailer.
like a little Easter egg in the end, and it
Really?
points to a new
Mm.
Shrek movie.
Can we watch that?
Ah.
Can we watch
How do you
that?
spell? How do you spell Puss in Boots? It's Boots
Puss
and
in
what?
Boots. Puss.
Yes.
P, baby, pushing P. Yeah, so Shrek definitely was a childhood, hero. He definitely was the big boss that could beat up everyone, and I encourage everyone to try to get big and strong. Look up to Shrek for his strength. The big boy himself is inspiration for all, for sure.
Exactly. We only
Okay, Shrek 5 is finally teased.
Shrek
only
5,
only
wow.
only good vibes and good lifestyles that we apply here.
That's exactly it. And
It's
use
only-
these characters. Don't use all these gay weak heroes that we want to see now. But look at the old guys before all this crazy stuff on the internet happened. Think about like who were these people and what did they represent? Shrek was definitely one of the big guys for sure.
Well, do you know what's very popular on like internet and stuff is Shrek getting mad. Have you guys seen those videos?
No, what's that?
Okay. Well, I think he was actually in a car or something, which made him like have road rage or something. So let's
Shrek was
talk
in a
about road
car.
rage. Yeah, let's just talk about road rage. Am I right? So like, can we just play some clips about road rage?
Of course.
For sure.
Here they go.
Liam.
Lay him.
Ready to rumble! Bike versus car. Let's see who wins. Oh, a BMW versus a pickup truck. Let's see who has the bigger sausage. This is literally it. Look at this. Here, the BMW driver thinks he's the boss and he can do everything he wants, but the pickup driver is having none of it, so yeah. Typical stuff. Clash of egos, let's put. Oh, a lawnmower gang. Oh, is that a sword? Probably a plastic one.
Very cool. Yeah.
Alright. And then let them, shout.
Yeah, so basically, road rage is real, apparently. What is you guys' opinion? Please leave it in the comments.
Is it worth it,
All right.
road rage?
Is it worth it?
Okay.
So it's a very interesting point. I think Guy too, if you shut the fuck up and I can talk, I'll actually explain the whole idea of road rage.
Hey,
and why it's
guy one,
important.
if you don't say my name, I'll shut the fuck up.
All right, will do. Moving forward, we will not.
No,
expose
but
the
it's
real
good.
names.
No, it's good. Right now we're 1-on-1, so we both
Okay.
fucked up.
True, true. So here at Mystery Talks, we want to be mysterious and give you guys the content you guys need without really connecting too deeply
Yeah.
with us. So, road rage. Whenever you're driving, you're in a panic state. So whenever you're riding, you're looking around because you're not trying to die. You're going as fast as 120
You know,
kilometers an
wait.
hour.
I didn't know that
What?
part. I didn't know the part that you're not supposed to die.
You didn't know that when you
I
drive.
didn't know that part. Thanks for clarifying. Okay.
Yeah. When you drive, the whole idea is to actually get to point A from point A to point B without
Yeah.
dying or getting in an
Ty,
accident.
do you hear this guy? It's crazy.
I mean, guy two. I don't know where you're from. Where I guess
I said,
not
don't you
having
remember
the
last
basic
time?
knowledge of
Australia.
not dying when driving a car.
Well, I'm from Australia. It's a bit
Is that
different,
normal in Australia?
Y'all might. Why different?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Y'all might. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, when you're driving and you're in that heightened state, you are trying your best to get to point B, right? And when there's other people on the road, you're trying to be like, yo, stay out of my lane. I'm just trying to drive. I don't want anyone there.
Mm.
And if they cut you off, or if something's stupid where it's something that you don't want, and we all have those egos, that shit pisses you off to a point where you want to fight them because that shit is primal. That is primal because you are in a heightened state. So you're basically trying to get there, and that's basically tied to your ancestries. So when you're going fast and you're making sure no one hits you, you are trying your best to get there without dying. If someone interrupts you, you're gonna get mad. It's inevitable. Now the question is it dumb? What do you guys think?
I mean,
I think
it's human instinct to get mad at things that don't go your way, or that annoy you, or that bother you. So,
Yeah.
road rage, I think, is somewhat normal to a certain extent, to a certain level. Obviously, there's levels to everything. So, if you're just driving normally, you know, you're in the streets, you know, la la la, going to my work, Matrix, and and then some guy,
yeah,
Probably
let's say
some
I'm the guy.
woman,
I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
you know-
I'm the guy. I cut you off.
and then you're like, oh, motherfucker, cut me off, and
Fuck
you know,
you,
you
no,
see
fuck you.
it's a woman, so you get even more mad.
Whoa,
I mean,
misogyny.
or maybe it's a woman. I don't want to misgender it. But basically, you get mad because they cut you off because you're trying to get to somewhere, and that just prevented, you know, you getting to work, or you're gonna be late to work now, or maybe he scraped your car. The person scraped your car,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now
Oh,
it becomes an accident.
Ishi.
So now you have to
Let's
call
lay
the
out the
police.
pros
Now
and
you have to
cons.
exchange information. Now you have to
What
beat
are
the
the
person
pros
up,
and
shoot him
cons
in the
of road
face. What?
rage?
Well, if it's a girl, let's pros. If it's a girl and she's nice, I'm willing to exchange information.
Of course
But
you
if
would.
it's the opposite,
Of course you would.
then that's the fucking difference. You know what I'm saying?
Of course you would. So you're telling me if she was not attractive, you would, what, not participate in the road rage?
Okay,
hot,
if
you're gonna
Lizzo
want a
if
road rage?
Lizzo cut you off and you had to exchange
No, she's
information,
attractive as fuck. She's attractive as fuck.
you're right.
You
She is
think Lizzo's
beautiful.
attractive. Agreed.
Lizzo's beautiful, guys.
She's so beautiful.
She's a beautiful, smart woman. Very
Who's-
inspirational. Every woman should
She's
look.
quite
sometimes-
fit, right?
She sometimes resembles a whale, but still very beautiful.
But whales are beautiful.
Exactly.
and that is not an insult.
I might need like LSD or like 50 shots to like bang her, but she's still very beautiful.
All right,
So,
Wow.
all right. So
50 shots. Are you
Road
gonna
rage.
are you gonna be alive with 50 shots?
do you think having coitus with Lizzo, you would be alive after that?
Wait, what?
Let's be serious. Do you think? Anyway,
Let us not ask that question. Let me think of this. What are the
We
cons
might
to
have
road
to
leave
rage?
your
blur some
comments.
things out right there.
leave your comments in.
Leave your comments
On
in
the
the comments.
Yes, leave your comments
Comment in the comment
Sure.
section.
Comment on the comment section, or I'll come and cut your.
Comment about what you would comment in the comment section. So let us know
So
in the comments.
road rage, a lot of people who actually do indulge in road rage are really ones who are very superficial and have high egos. So usually it's those people in those fast cars which are usually shitty.
Guy one, do you
i.e.
speak from experience?
Me personally, because I'm a very
no.
high IQ
No.
individual, I would never road rage in my life.
I don't speed.
That's a lie.
You don't do speed?
That's what I say to my public appearance, just because I.
Oh
don't
yeah,
despise
of course.
it.
Oh yeah, that's very true. I personally never speed as well.
Okay, that's bullshit.
That's what the fuck, man.
Wait, I'm confused as to what we're talking about now. Are we talking about speed, the streamer? Are you talking about
Yeah,
speed,
no,
the
we're just
velocity
making- Oh my
going
God,
in a car?
No.
Are we
Yeah,
talking
let's
about
talk about
speed?
speed.
Yeah, we're
The
talking
drug?
about speed. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Exactly
no,
what we're
actually,
talking about.
that's a good transition. Did you guys see what happened to speed? I heard this shit from like a kid. He
That's
told me.
crazy that this is important news. Like this.
No,
is just...
it is. It is.
Again with the kids guy too.
Yeah, man. Come on.
I have a problem. I have a problem.
Why?
I need help.
Why are
I
we
need
talking
help.
about this? Especially with this topic as well.
But you guys know what happened to him.
For the audience, could you explain? I do know what happened. Ty, do you know?
I know he was like hospitalized or something.
Well, yeah, but after that, apparently in one of his streams, he accidentally showed his dick.
Oh, that.
Live streamed
Yeah.
to thousands of people.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
See,
I don't know the clip. I don't know what
this
happened, but
accident. Knowing what kind of personality Speed is, I don't think it. Personally, I don't think it was an accident.
No,
He's
no,
gone
no,
to so many extremes to gain all the
Well,
fame and popularity that he has.
Okay. Can
It's
we
my
play
opinion.
this clip? And I want you guys to watch it because there was a
Let's
part
let's
where
play the
he-
clip. Let's play the clip
For the clip.
Yeah.
and not blur it so everyone can see.
No,
I
no,
wanna
not
see.
that clip. No,
Oh.
not that clip.
Wait,
It
what
was-
clip then?
Okay, it was I Show Speed talking like about his mental illness, of like the aftermath of what happened to his.
Oh, the after effects of the incident.
Yeah. So basically, he's like crying. But the chat does not give a single fuck.
Good
He's
actor.
not crying, but he's very emotional, and he doesn't because of like everyone's bullying him. And it's just
Alright,
1 minute.
let's
Please
let's
watch
see this clip. Let's see this clip.
Chat.
I mean, seriously, bro.
We still love you, Speed. No
Like,
matter what happened.
Like, I mean, seriously, bro. Can y'all, like, just be for real right now, bro? Do y'all know how it is affecting me? Do y'all know what the fuck I'm going
Donated
through?
99 cents through Super Chat.
This ain't funny, bro. It's not funny, bro. I swear to God, I'm lying, bro. Strike me down right now. This is not funny, bro.
Diego
It's
donated
not!
$1.99.
It's not a joke, none of that.
Pause the video halfway through. I'm sorry, but listen, no hate on Speed, by the way, but again, his whole personality, his whole persona on the internet, everything that he's done, the way he portrays himself, the way he's like, so many kids idolize him and act like him. I think he 100% knows what he's doing. And the way he's acting right now, he's throwing like a tantrum like he's a baby, because I think his channel might get
I don't
struck
think so,
down
bro.
or something.
No.
I do think so.
Yeah.
I do
I
think
this
so.
is real, bro. Because
Anyone who
remember,
acts like
he's
this
still-
on
he's still-
camera, I don't know, I can't take serious, to be honest. And especially because it's Speed. He's made so much fucking money off of his streams. He's
Yeah, but I think he's made enough money that like showing your dick is not an option anymore. It's like I generally think it's a mistake, and especially on the internet, whenever you make mistakes like this, it's not reversible. It's there forever. And
Yeah, I agree.
like we don't know what happened in the like behind the scenes, because bear in mind, whenever you see something online, behind that so much happens. Like let's say online you just see someone getting like a guy that wins a lottery, right? He's on the news everywhere. The amount of people behind the scenes that try to hack this guy because he got known, that you will never know, is crazy. Like this guy will probably get doxxed. He will probably get like fucked over by government and shit like this because he was like publicized. So Speed, I'm pretty sure something fucking major happened, and he just doesn't want to talk about it. So
I mean, a lot of people watch him, so like.
a lot of
this
people.
happened, that's his reputation now.
Like, do you think
Yeah.
on Reddit?
yeah,
they're
but
gonna
in
be
terms of
making
reputation,
memes?
also the kind of persona he's created, he's put himself out to be, it's not a very good person.
No. For older people, they don't understand how he got famous, but it's
Yeah.
pointless. It's sort of his character. It's so stupid that it is entertaining. I think
Yeah.
that's the whole idea.
And he's smart. He's also smart in a way because he knows that doing this crazy persona is gonna get him views, is gonna get him the clicks, is gonna, it's a. He's not dumb. He's definitely. I don't think he actually acts like this. When cameras are off or when he's alone or when he's with friends chilling normally without anyone streaming. It could very much be the case where he's mentally done this character so much for so long, where he also just starts acting like this normally. So it's stuck with him now. That's also a possibility. I don't know. But
Yeah,
he's
I mean
definitely.
that's how I know Speed, for sure.
Yeah, I think. I mean, at the end of the day, he has done this to himself. Even if this was an accident, it's his fault still because he's the one who's like going crazy. He's like. He's
I do
always.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even though it was quote unquote an accident, he is to blame because he should know that things like random things for him to do it within the stream there could be a risk, and he was probably, wearing his underwear only for it to happen because
Yeah.
there's no way he took off his pants and
Yeah, he's done
it
some
happened.
crazy stuff. He's always, I remember there was like, it was a meme at one point. There was so many clips of him just diving into his computer for the stream, for views. Like, literally diving. Like, from his room, diving into, yeah. Like, you would see his PC fall off so many times. He's probably broken so many PCs. And listen, again,
just to dive in.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I sound like a hater. I probably sound like a
Yeah,
hater.
you
But
do sound like a hater. You do.
I know. I probably sound
But
like
it
a
is your
hater.
opinion.
But cause listen, I'll say he's funny. He's funny. I'll say it. He's done some funny shit. And and he's made me haha. I'll admit. He's made me
He's
haha.
made you haha.
Yeah. So
That's rare for Thai Express to just go haha.
exactly. I don't haha too often. So that's
I
that's
love
it.
the haha.
Yeah.
Now, question, guys. Speaking of haha and H, let's talk about the most
Oh my
controversial topic of this
I-
whole episode.
A guy with a lot of haters.
Adolf mother effing Hitler. Okay.
Hmm.
So we know of Adolf Hitler. We know
So
what he
right
did.
below speed, right?
Oh.
Something like that, yeah.
So speed
Okay,
number
guys.
1 and then Hitler, or is that no?
No.
We'll let the audience
I don't think
choose.
so. I don't think so. Well, listen. Hitler, he lost the World War II, and
He took that
the
L.
official story, there's a controversy. Okay, guys, I want
What was the score? What was the score when he lost?
Well, I don't know, dude. He had 0 people left, so homie had no choice.
Okay.
To surrender.
Was
Yeah.
it like by like penalty shootout, or how do you lose?
By people dying and him having no one. When he says to kill the Americans, he has no one left, so he's like, "Oh shit, I lost."
So
That's
history
what I-
says that man committed suicide. But is that true?
Good point.
We don't know that.
We don't know.
Did he
Well, and I'll tell you
unalive
why.
himself?
Did he
Well,
what?
Did he unalive himself?
Yeah, because you can't
Unalive
say that.
himself.
You can't say
Like
the
you-
S word. You can't say the S word on YouTube.
Oh right, did he unalive himself? That is a good point. Well, it's not a game like Call of Duty where you can revive yourself and restart. So if you die, you die, right?
That made me haha.
And for a guy like Hitler who killed so many
Sorry.
people, I don't think he wants to die, and I don't think he unalived himself. And I'll tell you sort of a interesting
Guy won.
conspiracy.
Oh, if he didn't unalive himself, then what happened to him?
I'll tell you the story. So after the World War, the higher ups in the Nazi regime, the higher ups, all the big top dogs who did not want to get caught, they all flew to Argentina.
All the top
So
G's
there
went to
are
Argentina.
There are traces of, I wouldn't call them top G's, I'd call them head Nazi leaders. And tens of thousands of those big guys were there, and they all have colonies there. So one of the things is that when Hitler
And one of
himself,
them, one of them is Messi's dad.
oof, that's pretty.
CR7 is the best.
It's
Fuck
pretty
Messi.
bold. Okay, so you're a Messi hater, got it. And the whole story is with Hitler, they had remains from his suicide, and they had it in the Soviet Union. They took it because they took over that part of Germany, and it was in the museum. And it was, I think, later in the 1900s, they analyzed that it was a piece of skull. And when they actually did genetic testing, it was not of Hitler, but of a 35-year-old woman. So that goes to show
Would you look at that?
That ain't his
Hitler
body.
was transgender.
Hitler was a tranny.
He was the very
That's the only
first.
explanation.
Either that or he flew to Argentina with the other top dogs and
Lived his life.
lived happily ever after in Argentina.
Well, actually, the reason why this conspiracy surfaced is I actually remember reading this on an article. It was this old man that came up to like the police or like the whatever government control in Argentina and started saying, "I am Hitler." And people are like, "Yeah, this guy is just crazy. This guy has probably dementia or like fucking just has a mental illness, right?" It's like this 9-year-old something. However, a lot of stories that he started saying, and there was like some journalists that got interested in this, made a lot of sense. Like a lot of things that were found in the Nazi places where and he exactly told them, "Oh, this was there, this happened."
Interesting.
Right? So that's where the conspiracy comes from. It wasn't just because Argentina and I was gonna say Nazis, but Germany had an alliance, right? That's why some Nazis actually ran away to Argentina, but we don't know which ones. So
No, we don't.
that's just
Only the higher ups know.
The higher, exactly. The higher,
course,
we're
of
not
course they
supposed to
know.
know. But it's good we
Yeah.
spoke about this historical story and the sort of conspiracy around it. And always there's mystery towards a lot of these stories, and that's why we're talking about them.
Did
and hence
Hitler
mystery talks.
make an agreement with the elites that made
To
him
not die.
keep alive? Yeah, exactly.
Possibly.
No comment. No comment.
No comment, guy one. Guy two.
Cannot disclose.
I no comment. I don't want to unalive myself by
Me
accident.
too. And I think we can move on to the next topic, just because we don't want to, spark some interesting questions based off that. Let's talk
Yeah,
about.
we don't.
Actually,
we don't.
let's
we don't wanna- We
We
don't. Wait. No, I was just gonna say that we don't want to offend the people that control the media.
I have nothing
Yeah.
to live for. Let's do this.
No.
So-
Let's not unalive ourselves, please, guy two. Please. Let's talk about an actual story that has been going on now recently and has been very viral. It's been, at least for me and my timeline, all the time on Twitter because I'm
About-
from Uzbekistan. About
Yeah.
Dillion Danis and Logan Paul.
Who would
The
win in a
second-
fight, first of all?
Ooh.
I think Logan Paul's girlfriend.
She would win. She's not fighting.
Yeah, but she would definitely win.
How? What's her record gonna be?
Better than Logan Paul's.
She has a. Well, she does. She definitely has a record of men.
She has a big track record for sure.
Yeah.
Not towards
A lot of
boxing,
bodies.
though.
A lot of
Yeah,
KOs
exactly.
in her bag.
So
Exactly, and this is where the controversy stems. But in terms of who would win, I
yeah.
think we can talk about that at the end of this topic. I do want to indulge in the actual controversy. Thai Express, please let the audience know what the hell has been happening recently with Logan Paul and Dillion Danis.
exactly, yeah.
So basically, Dillion Danis is a mixed martial artist, for those who don't know. And he has some belts under his name. He's not a nobody in the fighting game. He knows how to fight.
He's like a jiu-jitsu champion.
He's a world champion in
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, so he's
Yeah.
one of the best in the world.
Exactly. So we're talking about the best in the world against pretty much a YouTube sensation, superstar Logan Paul, who does have some background in, I think, is wrestling. He has some wrestling background, but we're talking like high school, so a long time ago. Nothing too professional, I don't think. At least, fact checkers, tell me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure it's only from high school. That from what he said.
Oh, I think he has like 30 street fights as well, like Bryce Hall.
He has 30 street fights.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, he has some boxing fights, YouTube boxing fights, and as far as those go, he has 0 wins so far. He's fought a very prominent, very famous boxer, probably the best of all time. That was probably also all for money. Floyd Money Mayweather. And man, that was just judging from that, actually, his boxing skills. And listen, I'm not a boxer. I'm not gonna speak from a professional standpoint, but many professionals have spoken out and said that his skills are kind of dog water. So if the professionals say it,
so I have some experience with boxing, and Logan Paul definitely has a frame where he can get very rigid because he has so much muscle. He's not fluid. You look at all these big boxers; it's really hard for them to fight. That's why, like, someone like even Anthony Joshua, although he's so big and he's very skilled, he can't, box properly. Like when he fought people who were smaller than him, he lost. So he lost to 2 guys just like that. So I think it's going to be interesting how Logan Paul, with his big bulky frame, and it's hard for him to be quick and sort of punch and not get hit, will turn out with Dillion, because it's really hard for a big guy to have that.
You think he'll gas out quick?
It's very possible. He's very emotional. I think like it's not a normal fight, and that's why there's this controversy, right? So let's probably talk about why.
Yeah, Thai Express. Could you talk about exactly what's going on in the controversy, especially on Twitter?
So basically, there is a professional contract supposedly, right, going on between these two. They're supposed to have a fight. I don't know the exact date.
October 14th, 2023, Manchester.
The best of all time. That was probably also all for money. Floyd Money Mayweather. And man, that was just judging from that, actually, his boxing skills. And listen, I'm not a boxer. I'm not gonna speak from a professional standpoint, but many professionals have spoken out and said that his skills are kind of dog water. So if the professionals say it,
so I have some experience with boxing, and Logan Paul definitely has a frame where he can get very rigid because he has so much muscle. He's not fluid. You look at all these big boxers; it's really hard for them to fight. That's why, like, someone like even Anthony Joshua, although he's so big and he's very skilled, he can't box properly. Like when he fought people who were smaller than him, he lost. So he lost to 2 guys just like that. So I think it's going to be interesting how Logan Paul, with his big bulky frame, and it's hard for him to be quick and sort of punch and not get hit, will turn out with Dillion, because it's really hard for a big guy to have that.
You think he'll gas out quick?
It's very possible. He's very emotional. I think like it's not a normal fight, and that's why there's this controversy, right? So let's probably talk about why.
Yeah, Thai Express. Could you talk about exactly what's going on in the controversy, especially on Twitter?
So basically, there is a professional contract supposedly, right, going on between these two. They're supposed to have a fight. I don't know the exact date.
October 14th, 2023, Manchester.
Wow,
what time?
very good.
What time?
Okay, thank you for the fact checker.
Welcome.
But yeah, professional contract. They're fighting October 14th, Manchester. Manchester Arena.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're fighting on the big stage, and basically, there is not really much going on in terms of fight promotion going on, especially from Logan Paul, and there's no hype that's being built around it. Dillion Danis decided to take it into his own hands and said, you know what? I'm going to start promoting. And I'm going to also start playing the mental game from now on. He's done exactly that. And what better way to play the mental game on a man than to talk about your woman? He's done exactly that. And he's basically brought his fiancée, her name is what again? Nina
Agdal.
Yeah.
So she.
And who is she?
With Logan Paul.
Who is she? Is she a supermodel? Is she an actress? Who is she exactly?
Basically all of that. where you meet a lot of guys.
Okay, so she's been around where she's been around in a circle where she would meet around a lot of guys. And one thing that's interesting, so she has a lot of bodies under her name, a lot of guys. And Logan Paul himself said on his podcast that when they got engaged, actually, I think is I'm not sure before they got engaged, but Nina, even though having done all the crazy stuff with all these, who knows, hundreds of men, she made him wait for sex. Logan bought that and was like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm rolling with it. You've done all this shit with all these other men, but if you're making me wait, then it's probably because I'm the one. He bought it and he sold it. He put a ring on it. Probably spent I think he said it was around.
It was $500,000. That's how much.
So you
Okay.
guys don't believe in their like relationship?
I'm not saying I don't believe in their relationship. Their relationship might be very real. But
I agree.
when it comes to someone that has been with a lot of people in the past, there's something psychological that plays into the human brain when you date a lot and break up, date, break up, new person here, new person, and it's just many relationships building up. You're setting yourself up for failure in your future because you're getting used to leaving people or going to other people so often that it's like normal to you. So, and this is, I mean, this is
Yeah.
also somewhat proven. People that have had many partners in the past and get married, divorce rate is gonna be much higher than for someone that had not had many partners or no partners at all.
Yes.
So that's a
multiple
fact.
studies.
So that's a fact. And I mean, again, they could be very much in love. They could be, this could be a very real relationship. No hate to Logan. I mean, I'll even say congrats to him for getting engaged.
Hey, that's some
But
positivity, yeah. But there's a lot of negativity towards it, right?
Yeah,
what's
but-
been going on?
me personally, I would have gone down that route, given
What
the
did he
history. Given the history, and Dillion Danis right now has just been going in and hard with the mental tactics. At the same time, promoting the fight game with these mental tactics with Logan Paul. Been posting daily on Twitter, fighting on Twitter. I mean, it's really only been Dillion Danis doing the fighting. Logan has been silent, and I think Logan.
And there's a reason why.
Yeah, I think Logan right now. I don't know. There's a lot of memes going on, but
And you know what happened, which made me kind of question Logan's side? He turned off comments on his Twitter account. If you go on
Yeah.
Logan Paul's Twitter, his comments are disabled. Which
wait,
They are.
that made you go on his side? Is that what you said?
no. I was just saying,
comments,
like
his section,
his-
like no one can reply.
his
and
comment
doesn't
comment
follow him.
section. Yeah.
Oh.
So he must have gotten so insecure that no
That he
one.
was-
That
Oh,
he
for
doesn't
sure.
Like.
Like you said
So
before.
basically, he wants yes men.
Yeah, like you said before, he's very emotional, and it's true. He does have yes men, 100%. He has met his. I think his whole circle is yes men.
Exactly. So yeah, Dillion Danis was on Twitter and decided to use that fiance Nina Agdal's past to his advantage by posting pictures of her with other guys. And the roster list is really, really interesting to see. There's
Yeah.
like dozens of men from
Yeah, all the way
spectrums.
from models, celebrities, actors, Leonardo
Just like her.
DiCaprio being one of them.
Oh man.
We'll pull it up on the
This is
screen.
what he's
We'll
posting.
we'll pull it up on the screen. No worries.
God damn.
No worries,
Well,
guy.
Welcome
Too.
to-
And
Dylan
there's
is
been
crazy.
so
That's
much
crazy.
that the reason why it's been so controversial is because there's so many pictures, people can't believe it. And I think
Yeah.
recently he had a tweet where he said if he were to post it, he found a picture so bad that if he were to post it, not
Oh.
only would the fight get canceled, he would also go to jail. That's how bad it is. And to
Andrew Tate
verify it,
replied.
He sent it to Andrew Tate. Yes, he sent it to Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate said, "I can confirm." So that's how you know this is really bad. He's definitely not gonna post it, but that just goes to show how much of a hoe she was. which, in my opinion, I just could never imagine being with. What do you think, Guy 2?
It's tough. It's because I do believe in a relationship, and I try to put myself in the position that, let's say, I find the one, I find like the love of my life, and I don't know anything about her past, and this is how I get a knowledge of her past. You know, what would I do? Would I
You
stay with
promote
the
it?
person?
That's a hard question, right?
Yeah, I don't
Right?
know.
Would
I
you
have to- I
want
have
to
to
break
actually-
it up?
I have
And
to
that's
think-
why
I have
there's
to think about it.
controversy. That's a good point. Yeah, while you think about it, the other topic is that what does Logan do from here, right? Does he
Yeah,
actually
that's
marry
what I'm
her,
saying.
or does he find a new woman, right? Because ultimately, this is not gonna go away for Logan and his reputation.
Another question that could be asked, is Dillion actually a good guy by trying to split off this engagement and save Logan from a future disaster marriage?
Right, he is rich. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and if they were to marry, her paycheck, whew, she's definitely
Exactly.
getting it. That is a good point.
That is a good paycheck. That is a good paycheck. So maybe
So,
Dillon's a good
Dylan
guy
might-
here.
Yeah, Dylan might be helping Logan Paul.
Yeah, you know, subconsciously. And
So
one thing
might
he
not
did
be a bad
mention,
guy after all.
and I want to pull it up
Or-
right here. One thing he did
It's
mention,
either it's
I just want to say,
Let Thai
so
Express pull up. Mr.
yeah,
Guy,
so
too.
this
Sure.
on X, Dillion Danis said, it's crazy to think that Logan hasn't defended his girlfriend even once, except for trying to get my account deleted and sending me a cease and desist letter. I offered to go on the show Impulsive by myself and discuss it, but he declined. Deep down, this man is a coward. I mean,
Wait,
listen,
Dylan said
the
that?
cease and desist letter, first of all.
I mean, can we verify that? We don't know if his claims are true, but if they are, that is crazy.
I mean, I think
Wait,
he
who
I think
said
he
that?
posted
Who
the
said that?
receipts. I think he posted
Who
the
said
receipts, Dylan Danis, about the cease.
I'm sorry, but I don't trust anything that guy says. The fact that we even think this guy has any credibility is insane. I
He
think
does
he's a
have a
great
past of pulling out of fights.
he is a great troll, and he's really good at marketing, which I respect him for that.
We can
But
say
in
the
terms of that, I even doubt Logan would invite him to that, because remember what happened with CoffeeZilla? Logan
Yeah.
never invited CoffeeZilla. I think.
Right.
Actually,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think he would have invited Dillion Danis. Like it would not be, because he would keep that for the fight. That so I don't think that's true. But
let's just say they
Logan
both
being
have
silent,
pasts.
Yeah, but Logan being silent is strange.
Yeah,
It's
and
damaging him though, right? Because it allows Dylan to actually continuously attack without
Exactly.
him rebuting at all.
yeah,
And the fact that he turned off his comments means he was getting a lot of like hate comments, and
Yeah.
that
for
means that
sure.
it was affecting him.
he's
So-
not very
It is.
mentally strong. Let's say that.
And that's what Dylan said. He said mentally he's not strong. That's why I can beat him.
that's how KSI beat him. It was all mental. It wasn't because
Yeah,
KSI
That's
is not
true.
stronger.
That's very true, actually. I remember when they had their, it was the
Press conference.
press conference, correct? The press
Yeah,
conference
he would
in
fuck with his
London,
mind.
dude. Logan
Oh,
almost like
yeah,
cried
in
off the
London.
stage. I remember.
Remember when Greg Paul took the mic and started like talking? that was a
was
haha
funny.
moment.
Papa
That
Paul.
was haha.
That was a haha
Well,
moment.
now we know how KSI beat Logan Paul with inside news.
Yeah,
and
with
I was
and
gonna
with
say,
yeah.
Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead,
go
guy
ahead,
two.
Go,
you
Guy
ahead,
2.
Ty Express.
Oh, Guy 2, it's your turn.
Guy two, it's your turn.
I was gonna say, well, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate, interrupting the conversation and then saying, hey, I forgot what I was going to say. That's very helpful.
I was gonna say, this might either make Logan's and Nina's relationship stronger than ever, or it might just break them. So there's two ways.
It's a make
Either
or break
they
in
come-
this volatile
Either
situation.
they come out stronger because it's like now everything's exposed, like nothing is gonna be hidden, right? Logan's story has always been like shown. He can't even hide shit. And Nina, well, all
Big
her fucking
collateral
body counts
damage.
are there. So like either they make it or the relationship makes it or it breaks. So
Yeah, and the fact
kinda
that
good,
she
I would say.
didn't separate yet maybe means they might be closer together. So Logan Paul and Nina Agdal's relationship might be even better now because of this. Thanks to
Has
Dylan
Nina
Danis.
said anything since?
Definitely not.
let's go on her
Definitely not.
Instagram. I think I have her Instagram.
Or her ex?
While you check, there have been a lot of people that try to defend, Logan Paul's stance, but it's funny because the people who are defending him are all porn stars and people who you don't really look to trust when it comes to relationships. So it's
They're
really
not
interesting
they're not the best
seeing
role
who defend him.
models, right?
Yes, exactly. And Andrew Tate does not promote of this as well, so we do know that there are opposing spectrums of people's agreeing and disagreeing with this
So-
topic.
Sorry to cut off. I'm just to say she has not responded, but her
Of course she
comments is filled with this. It's just a week ago. Who's here after Dylan's Twitter posts? 11,000 likes. This comment.
Oh my
God
god. Dude,
damn.
every time she uploads, it's gonna be
Her
horrendous
past
'cause
doesn't
everyone
matter.
knows.
Guys,
I mean,
please
I
stop
will
making
say-
fun of her. I can't like all the comments. So it's like she's definitely getting hate. So
I will say, I guess I feel bad for Nina, right? I mean, she's in the middle of this.
yeah, she didn't sign up to this.
She did not sign up to this, but she did
No,
sign
she
up
did
to Logan
not.
Paul. And Logan Paul is definitely a controversial personality
Yeah, exactly.
with a interesting past, many
But-
many continuous lapse of judgment and mistakes, right? So yeah, she did sign up to that, and also I remember seeing a video of her saying like she really likes money, so she has a big importance in her heart for money, and Logan has a lot of it. Logan has a lot of it. I will say
you're also
I am
gonna
enjoying the memes though. I'm enjoying the memes of
Dylan
this.
definitely. But Dylan did find a weak point in Logan for sure. He could not have attacked something as like that a better thing, like anything better than this. He literally pinpointed exactly where Logan is the weakest, and just
Yeah, he went
fucking
straight
stabbed
for
him.
the snake's head.
Yeah.
Yes.
like-
And by the time we upload this podcast, what's going to be really fun to see is that they're going to have a press conference in the UK between them. So it's going to be in the fourth week of August. I think it's going to be on the 21st or 22nd. And that's going to be really
Okay.
interesting to see.
Is
how
Logan
they
gonna be
will treat each
silent?
other. We
We'll
don't
find
know.
out.
We'll have to see.
Okay, I
Now-
think it's
He's
best
definitely
to
he's
talk
de- I will say this. Logan's definitely been presented to be the weaker man here. I will say that.
Right.
For
But this
now,
is a
for
boxing
now.
fight at the end of the day, so it really matters
Exactly.
who wins.
Exactly.
Yes,
So Who do you
correct.
think is going to win, Express?
Mm. Yeah.
Well,
Who's
so
your money on?
let me
Let's actually bet
again.
money.
I'm
down
a
to bet
bit
money.
ignorant in the actual contract, so I don't know. Is it gonna be a boxing match or a cage match, UFC
Yeah,
style?
Boxing.
Boxing? Okay.
Logan even said, there's a clip of editor, please roll it.
Yep.
The clip said that Logan would never fight anything else besides boxing with Dillion Danis because he's scared. So
Yes.
So we'll see. I mean, I guess it is a 50-50. I don't know much of Dillion Danis boxing either, so
So he trained with Conor McGregor. That's why Dillion Danis is famous, because he was Conor McGregor's sort of yes man, but he wasn't known for his striking.
oh yeah.
So it's gonna be really interesting, right? Like, we don't know how he fights, so he hasn't posted any footage, but we know Logan Paul that he's posted footage. So really, we don't know how good Dillion Danis is. He might be really trash and a fraud and just scammed all of us for paying for the fight, or he must be really good and actually just end Logan Paul's career. So for Logan Paul, if he wins, I do think this beef will get a little less harsh, just because he has the fact that he knocked out.
But
Dillion
if he
Danis.
loses,
Some
though,
people say that even if he wins, this is an L for Logan. Just after all the damage that Dylan has caused already.
sure, yeah,
True.
it was not worth it
It
for
will be
Logan.
less of an L if he were to win, right?
Yeah. One thing I did see Logan post a picture and he looks massive. If we can pull it up, I
Yeah.
think he posted it on his Instagram. He definitely looks massive. He almost
man.
looks, you know, I don't wanna say anything factual here, but is he natty? Is he on roids? I don't know.
Well, he did not want to do the testing, so that's usually an indication that they don't want to get caught and popped. That's what, according to Dillion Danis. And man, he looks absolutely ginormous. I don't know if he is taking it, but there is a case where you could see, maybe based on his
Yes.
performance, if he's
He-
really, really good for all
He
those rounds.
definitely
and not
has some
tired.
huge guns that could gas him out early.
Yeah.
And I
We'll
want to
see.
say, speaking of guns, also moving on to a next topic,
I
probably
like that.
I think the last topic, but maybe also the most not necessarily interesting, but is a
Actually,
very
wait.
interesting one.
Yep.
Guy
we
two,
wanna
did you
talk
have
about- I was gonna say, like, do we want to keep that topic? Because that's a very rich topic. Do we gonna keep that for when we have more time, or do we go on another topic?
I
'Cause
mean,
I
that
feel we
is
could talk- we
the
could talk a
last
lot.
topic right now. I mean, we are now we're in. This could be our last topic. I'd say we roll with it. I mean, I see.
Okay,
I
let's
see.
go. Let's go.
So
Yeah, I
basically,
like it.
it's gun control, right? And gun control
Yeah.
is a huge issue, especially in places like the US of A right now. And
US of America.
there's a big question also surrounding this
America.
topic. The question is it guns killing people or people killing other people? Now, there
Ah.
is a very interesting point I heard someone say not too long ago. I saw this on TikTok. I don't know who even said it. I forget their name. But they made a interesting analogy, interesting example where, people that are on one side of the aisle saying, it's guns killing people and we need to ban guns. Basically, he made the analogy saying that, okay, well, if that's your reasoning, when it comes to graping, should men cut off their wee-wees because it's their wee-wees doing the graping, but men that don't grape should also cut off their wee-wees because it's wee-wees doing the graping. I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about it, it's pretty much saying the exact same thing. And so I'm on the other end of the aisle. It's obviously, I mean, in my opinion, people doing the killing. Guns aren't, I mean, they're using the gun to kill, obviously, but guns don't have a mind of its own. They don't have legs and arms. They're not going around and killing random people by itself. It's people doing it. So, guy one, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a really good question because a lot of people think and they find an excuse to blame that, oh, it's the gun that's doing it. And if we didn't have a gun, oh, this wouldn't happen. But people fail to realize that there's a reason why we made guns, because of war and defending yourself. So when you're asking, is it the gun that's doing the killing or it's the people? I do agree with you. Yeah, it's the people doing the killing. The problem is, though, is that this is sort of a natural thing that happened. So, for instance, in America, okay, they have a thing called the Second Amendment, which means that everyone has a right to have a gun if you're in that country. And the reason why it's so powerful, and it's the Second Amendment, is because they took over America fighting the wars using guns. So they're like, okay, well, everyone is entitled to one, and it's supposed to be free. So the whole idea is that it is meant to be there. And for them to even think that, oh, it's the gun's fault, is jokes on them, because guns are always going to be there. So it is the person to blame. And now the thing is how does this work in modern society, right? We don't go and kill people. At least, I don't want to do that. Maybe other people want to do that and they're in jail. Good for them. Is what do we do with it, right? And I think people are civilized. Most people are civilized to where they're only going to use it to defend themselves, which I think is the best way. So rather than eliminating guns, if we're going to that conversation, I do think answer your question, it is the people killing, and we should think of, why people actually have these guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you said a very good point. Before Guy 2, you want to say something. Guy 2, I see you raising your hand. Let me
put down
just
your hand.
let me just add on really quick, because you said a very important word, two words there, which is defend yourself. So actually, going back to the Second Amendment, one of the big reasons also that exists, it's actually for the people to protect themselves from the government tyranny, because it's been shown to, history has
Yes.
only shown us that that can happen.
back.
And if the people can defend themselves from a tyrannical government, then I mean, you can just control the people whenever you want, do whatever you want with them. So that's another big reason why that exists, and a lot of people defend that right so much, because it's also, there's a certain inclination where the government is showing a tendency to want to control the people more, and they want to ban guns for that reason. So Guy 2,
Really
you
good
may
point. I
you
don't
may
want to
go
let
ahead.
Guy 2 speak. It's not fair. I think I should continue speaking.
Yeah, sure, Guy 1. So
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, go ahead.
So I just wanted to talk about how it's okay. Can we please have law and order here? And then that's
Okay.
another actually good point, is that guns help restore law and order.
Yeah,
Cops have
correct.
guns for people to actually feel safe and secure. So guns actually
Can I
help people.
speak? Can I fucking speak, please?
Yes, you can. You can.
Oh my god.
That was quite a way to ask to
Fucking
speak, by
forgot.
the way.
I fucking
Guy.
forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, fuck this shit, man.
So you raged for 2 minutes on end, and you forgot what you
Because-
just said.
Okay, I was gonna say, one might say, is an AR-15 a self-defense gun? Because isn't it Second Amendment, be able to defend yourself and your loved ones? It's not about starting a mass shooting.
Right, I see, like
Correct.
having a machine gun to fucking kill
Yeah.
everyone. Yes. I don't
What-
think it's a self-defense gun. I think most people just have a pistol.
Well, isn't that what usually is used for like a lot of the shootings? Like, it's not
Yes.
self-defense guns. It's not a shotgun. It's
Right.
It's like a.
Right, so you're asking what's the fine
As-
line between protection and like mass murder,
Yeah.
right? Because people can use that excuse, and I think that's why gun control has been such a controversy, because like people can use that. But then again, like there's always an excuse, like, oh, why do you have to define the gun, right? Like it's always that they want
Correct.
a semi-automatic. But
Yeah,
Well,
and
there's
all-
limits.
point.
There's limits to everything, though. It's like, is an RPG a self-defense gun?
Is an RPG a self-defense gun, Thai Express?
against a government tank it is. But let me just add here.
Ooh.
Let me just add here. A lot of people get
Yes.
confused also with the term AR-15, because a lot of people think that means a automatic, rifle, which actually it doesn't stand for that. An AR-15 means Armalite 15, so it's not necessarily an automatic assault rifle. So an AR-15 could be a weapon that has a, semi-automatic charge shooting, where you have to, pull the trigger every time you shoot. This is also used for hunting. Which is something that I like to defend as well. I think hunting should be a right that anyone that wants to do it can do so in a regulated way. Obviously, we don't want to just kill off all the animals in the world, but not for sport, specifically for survival, and
Yeah.
which is what most people do also. Now, I can't speak for everyone. A lot of people do it for sport. I don't really support that, but it is there nonetheless. I would mostly do it for the survival aspect, and for the people who say like,
Yes.
oh, you're killing animals, poor this and that. I mean, I don't know how most people think, let's say a deer dies in the wild. I mean, it's not like they're going to a hospital bed and dying in their sleep. They're most of the time getting slaughtered by other animals that get preyed on. So
It's
they
fucked
don't die in a nice way.
No.
Actually, the sanest way that they could die is from a hunter, because they get killed instantly, and hunters know this. They don't try to inflict. They try to inflict as less amount of pain possible into the animal by shooting it straight into the neck. And when they approach the animal, if it's still alive, they cut their throat right away to end its life. So that's something they do to so the animal doesn't suffer. So they're actually thinking about the animal, and then
Right.
they eat it gracefully. Now, something that I did want to touch on, because again, back to, is it guns or people? And it is people, in my opinion, and I think it's actually a mental health issue, because
Certainly.
to be able to kill someone, to take the life of another person, is not normal, obviously. So
No.
there is a mental health issue crisis, I would say, in the US that is growing. And now that's also another different topic, which we don't want to touch on a lot, but because it's very broad, it's very, it's a broad aspect, but because there's a lot of factors to this. But one of the biggest factors, I would say, is that it's definitely a mental health issue. A lot of people that are doing these atrocities, especially like mass gun shootings, they're killing people, more than 5, 6, 10 people at a time. That's not normal. So they have a certain mentality, they have a certain goal, and they're not well mentally. So
I
that's
agree.
that's that.
I think that's why there's been such an increased rise in these shootings, right? Because of the increase in mental health problems with people, especially in the Western societies. The fact that if you have accessible guns and you have someone that's really mentally unwell, of course it's going to be easy for him to take the easy way and say, "Oh, I'm just going to kill everyone," and blame it on them. And they're always going to find people who are like that are going to find ways to blame, unfortunately, others. And those people are not the ones to blame, it's themselves, but they think that. And unfortunately, that's what the killings happen. And that's honestly going to be an ongoing problem. So to touch up on that point, I think there's one last point on this gun control, is the future of guns, is implementing possible smart technologies. Like, do you think having electronic guns where you have, approved, like a range amount and stuff like that could help? Like only authorized people could have it?
No.
Do you think so?
No, because there's always going to be illegal like ways that people are going to have guns. There's always going to be that,
Right.
like those people who are unwell who are going to use this to.
That's a
do
very
types
good
of,
point.
like,
That's a very good point. And
it's
actually
never going to
touching
go
that
away.
Yeah. So actually touching on that point, a lot of people think like, okay, if we ban guns and take all the guns away from the rightful gun owners, crime is going to go down and gun shootings are going to go down. Incorrect.
No.
And this is a fact, actually. A lot of these gun shootings, a lot of these killings happen from illegal gun owners. What does that mean? That these criminals aren't buying their guns the legal way. They're getting their
Which is
guns
the right way.
Exactly. They're buying their guns or getting the guns, under the table, black market, deep web,
Illegally.
exactly. So it's the criminal. So first of all, you're taking the gun away from the good people, the rightful gun owner. So he no longer has a gun. He no longer has a right to defend himself, or he can no longer defend himself, right? But the criminal, he's always gonna be a criminal, and he's always gonna have access to buying, or getting a gun, because there's so much gun traffic, illegal gun trafficking going on, and that's another issue. So that's another, I guess, issue to tackle or to solve first, to actually maybe bring down the mass shootings and the killings through guns. So that's another
No,
thing.
these are great discussions for sure.
And I just want to end by saying, Andrew Tate, I think, said this in one of his talks, is most of the people who are the shooters are men, right? It is mostly men who lost control, who lost the way of, like, the reason to live, and they somehow want to release their anger like this, their frustration. It's broken men, basically.
Weak
and this
men.
is because of yes, they're broken, and it is basically due to a lot of the harm that comes with like internet, and also how like men are treated. And there are weak men who get influenced and who get destroyed. It could be over anything, right? And they find a solution, and that solution is to go basically kill the people who caused this. And
So basically, what you're saying, Guy, too, is that we live in a society, and society breaks them down. This is like a Joker level kind of breakdown where people are so hurt,
Exactly.
so damaged.
it is.
They become mentally unstable, and everything that
Social
society
confidence.
has done to them to, destabilize their I guess spiritual mental well-being. They're so
Yep.
desensitized, like how we were saying in the beginning of the podcast. They're so desensitized, and they no longer think, they're no longer thinking from good and bad. They just think, okay, I'm gonna commit something that's a temporary problem of my life by doing a permanent solution that's gonna leave permanent harm to me and to others. So
Yeah.
it's a very good thing that you say that, Gally, too. And us at Mystery Podcast, we're always, we want to promote, only good ways of life and good lifestyle. So let's all say here that killing is bad, and if you are a gun owner, you must be responsible, and
Yes.
and always be a responsible gun owner, and check your
Try to look for
mental health.
peace.
Check your mental
It's-
health. Men.
It's okay. It's okay if you go kill those. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna
Stop.
say it, but we're gonna blur it, okay? Can I say it and we blur it?
I'm really. I have no idea what
Quickly,
you're gonna
quickly,
say.
Guy 02, let's go. Come on.
I think it's okay if you kill those. That's fine.
Oh,
All right.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Alrighty
Oh my
then.
goodness.
So
Wow.
so
Yeah, we're blurring that out.
yeah, Guy too. I don't understand why you would wanna do that.
How is that even possible? I don't know how you have that combination of such foul language. I can't
Combination.
believe-
Wait. Combination.
But back to the positive message. This
Yes.
is, and I'm gonna look straight into the camera to all the men out there. If you're suffering from mental health problems, go get rep pilled. Go to the gym. Go get strong.
Fuck, is it not working?
That's it.
I agree. I
Wait.
think you gotta be someone that people can look up to when you're older, right? If you have kids, you want yourself to be the hero, and the only way you can do that is for you to push yourself to do that. You are the only one that's gonna do it, and if you can make sure you have the right people around you and always strive to get better in any endeavor you get in and enjoy the process, you're gonna be way better off than people here that are causing these problems.
Thank you, Top G.
Shh.
But in all seriousness,
Combination.
yeah, no one
Guy, dude,
no
shut
one
the
re-
fuck up.
no one really talks about men's health issues, and I will say that
Yeah, they don't.
most men that are mentally unstable is, I mean, I don't, not to insult them, but they're weak in a way where, and this
Yeah.
is where when you're a weak man is where you're gonna be the most unstable and most depressed in your life. When you're a strong masculine man and you have good values, you have, you believe in God and you have a goal, you have a good mindset, that strong masculine man is rarely, if not never, gonna be depressed, is always gonna have good ambitions, and is not gonna go out and kill people. Those are the weak men.
Yes, they have more important things to do, and that's the whole message: is focus on what's important.
Mhm.
Okay, guys.
And there's a good saying. There's a quote. I want to end this off with a quote saying, "It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war." So think about that.
Perfect. This was Mystery
Well,
Talks.
here you have it, guys. Mystery Talks episode 2. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share to anyone you know, and
Yes.
stay tuned for the next episode.
Exactly. Subscribe, like, share, comment down below.
I literally just said that.
All right, we're out. See you guys next episode.
All right, and comment down below and subscribe, like, and share, and Patreon us and leave a like. 2 likes and we'll upload a 3rd video.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
We're
All
through,
right,
so
peace out.
let's like.